Hello and welcome to Spectrum TV News at 4. I am Uyai Anyekan. President Tinubu meets Shell upstream director and a class. Pope Francis condemns burning of Quran in Stockholm. We'll bring you details of the stories. Good afternoon and thanks. So we're Njokovic at the presidential villa Abuja. The group was also present at the meeting. The meeting was Tinubu's first official engagement after the Salah festivity. Assumed office as upstream director on July 1, has been a member of the Shell Executive Committee around 11:45 a.m. and was ushered into the consultations with leaders from the sector. In another development, the Presidential Petition Election Court, INEC, it will be recalled that the court on June 23 by aggrieved parties challenging the outcome of the February 25 election were advanced their argument against the petition filed by the Labour Party and would inform the court that the Commission had billed 3 witnesses to the court. Away from that, the infrastructure concerns with rules guiding the execution of the public-private partnership of the proposed national case for the proposed national airline declared that due processes and relevant approvals were secured for the project, citing has 49%, MRS Oil and Gas Limited has 15%, SACO 15%, that the proposal was turned down 5 times by the Federal Executive Council. In a separate development, the United Nations Children's Fund hardened annually to meet the ending open defecation practice by 2025 target. UNICEF Business Owners Conference in Abuja, Bevan said that current toilet construction in the country stood between timely as toilet business owners were key to ending open defecation challenges in Nigeria. According to her, there is the need to do things differently by creating demand for toilets. Bevan, quoting the 2021 WASH National Outcome Routine Mapping on Nigeria's sanitation services. In another development, POC verification fee motorists are to pay. Recall that last week, the Permanent Secretary Government assured the integrity of all vehicles registered on the National Vehicle and Identification Scheme database and track car beginning of July, said the certificate will serve as official documentation for a vehicle's legal ownership. He added that the PDL, year of manufacture, in addition to the owner's name and address. On the agitation for extension of civil servants' retirement age to some of the agitation, which started under the administration of former President Buhari to extend the retirement age for civil servants. But then Minister of State for Labour Festus Keyamo. In another development, the socio-economic rights and accountable Naira so far saved as a result of the removal of petrol subsidy. The organization stated this in a letter within the 4 weeks following the implementation of the policy on the removal of payment of subsidy on petrol misappropriated or diverted into private pockets. The organization urged Tinubu to promptly ensure Crimes Commission (EFCC) to monitor the spending of all savings from Subsidy. General Taoreed Lakbaja has enjoined engagement. The army chief made the clarion call at the Mogadishu military cantonment, Abuja. Recall that the NA on Wednesday commenced the commemoration of its 160th year, were organized into a formidable force that it is now. General Lakwaja stated that the Nigerian Army remains the pride of the nation, where the state government has appointed a 9-member panel to ensure compliance with the government's directives by the administration of former Governor Aminu Waziri Tambiwo. The committee members are Mohad Maigari Dinyadi Katun Sadiq Achida, member; Suleiman S. Fulani, member; Tharkin Gabas, member; Bello Mohammed Sokoto, member; representative of ministries issued by the press secretary to Governor Abubakar Bawa. The committee is expected to also to address complaints raised against traditional rulers who are suspected to have on any matter of public interest related issues stated above. It will be recalled that the state governor of the state, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, which he said are subject to be reviewed in due course for public, announced that he is set to establish a business school to train and develop entrepreneurs to enable them excel in their small and medium-scale enterprise. The congregation at All Nations Christian Ministry International, where the Ministry of Trade and Investment has been marvelous help of God, Pastor Eno advised that in the meantime, resident President Bola Tinubu, they said the increase in fuel price, which has affected the cost of transportation, to find a lasting solution to fuel subsidy and stabilize the price of food items so as to reduce.
Every foodstuff, all the foodstuff got high. Rice, the fishing, all those things, crayfish and even fish, all of them. Thing will go down because we refine here and use it for ourselves, not to take it outside another country and refine and sell it to us. Then we also buy up to 2 or 3 functioning refinery. So it's a mess if we can do that, so that also Nigerian will also.
The removal subsidy is what I am against, in the sense that about the funds that were actually being used to pay for this subsidy before. The most important thing is the question of food. It also affects the price of transport. You know, most markets, the cost of production for some things, for people that also sell processed foods, which is also not good. So that's where this person is selling at so price, this person is selling at so price. It's not stable. So it's actually affecting the cost of
Africa, where Kenya's President William Ruto has jobs and opened up sectors in the economy that depend on forest products. He said the lifting of the ban comes as the government pushes on and ever the impact of logging on the environment and climate change prompted the ban in 2018. A coalition aimed at ousting the long-ruling ANC in next year's elections. The third largest party had historic talks on August 16 and 17 in Johannesburg to map out a common vision for a new government. Discontent fueled by a sickly economy, entrenched unemployment, worsening inequality, and an electricity crisis in Stockholm when 2 men burned a copy of the Muslim holy book. 2 men took part in a demonstration in the Swedish capital. Several Muslim-majority countries had condemned the incident and castigated Swedish diplomats, saying the act incited hatred and should not be counted as free speech. The latest was Kingdom's categorical rejection of the disgraceful act carried out by an extremist. It called on the Swedish government to stop all acts that directly contradict. Still on the foreign scene, police in Pakistan are searching for 13 prisoners who broke out of jail in the country's southwestern province of Balochistan last week. Reports reveal that the incident saw one of the inmates killed. Shaman District Jail on Thursday. The district officer Mohammed Naeem, who disclosed this, said the inmates overpowered 2 officers on duty and took their guns. Akaizai also said the incident prompted deadly skirmishes to break out between police and the group of men. Details after this time out. May hit 25% in 2023 as a result of petrol subsidy removal. 2023 headline inflation will fall by the first quarter of 2024. The World Bank report also noted imbalance and points to the urgency of reform efforts. It added that the CBN implemented these proved ineffective and monetary policy remained loose overall in the first half of the year. has urged the federal government to deploy measures such as the introduction of to mitigate the effect of the current reforms on Nigerians. The Director and Chief Executive Officer, CPPE Muda Yusuf, near term, with the country's exchange rate coming under pressure in the short term as forex demand backlog exports pressure on the official forex window. Address the social outcomes of its recent reforms, especially the inflationary pressure induced by the fuel subsidy, has reportedly raised concern over the alarming rate of banditry in the northwest and the northeast, noting that it has constituted President Bola Tinubu to focus its attention on food security, making it a priority rather than focus on cabinet ministerial appointments. The North will face severe educational backwardness in the next 50 years. In health, stakeholders have raised alarm over the recent alert that 2 African countries, Nigeria and Malawi, have registered CF cases of outbreak. A professor of molecular biology and genome 2023 cholera's CFR may be higher or lower. Laboratory scientists at Abuja-based Prime Gold Hospital, Dr. Victoria Odinaka, added that they were worried because now there is little or no progress inside if the country continues to experience high CFR as every year. After Crystal Palace confirmed today he will remain in charge of the Eagles next season, the former England manager, who will celebrate his 76th birthday in August, returned to Palace in March following the sacking of Patrick Vieira, 11th in the Premier League. Reports say Palace have not finished in the top 10 of the Premier League since 2014-2015. His long and illustrious coaching career to an end when he left Palace 2 years ago, but he returned back in Selhurst Park. On our entertainment news, fans for always supporting and coming out to watch him perform. This is amid reports of criticism on social media after 2 foreign-based sharing the post on his Twitter handle amid the scandal. The singer showed gratitude for a successful performance at the grand finale of the Afro Nation Festival in social media.
Okay, all
And
right.
that's all we have for you at this time. Do well to follow us on social media. I am Uyai Anyek, and thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.